Everybody, welcome back to Boomers to Gen Z. I'm Karen,
And I'm May.
and today we're going to talk about why sleep is so important for all of us at all levels of our life. So stick around, and we'll be back soon.
See you.
So, hi May, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Did you sleep well last night?
I think so.
So we're going to talk about sleep and how it affects us.
Mhm.
So as you know, when we go through menopause, most women, one of the most common complaint is that they don't get enough sleep.
Mhm.
Now, the thing is with sleep, why that is important. It's not just for women who are in their 50s, but even a child of 10-year-old, 20s, 30s. And I read a very interesting article by Dr. Gina Poe,
Okay.
and she's this renowned sleep therapist, and she's done a lot of research about this. And I just want to touch base and see what we can learn from this. So, one of the things that she talked about is that the first half of our sleep is very, very crucial because it allows us to um, kind of clean up our day, all the things we're talking during the day.
Mhm.
All right. So just imagine it as when you kind of fall into that sleep mode, the alpha mode they call it. You actually imagine like your vacuum cleaner cleaning up of May said junk, throwaways, and then that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then if it's a good thing, we keep and that kind of mode. And then the second half of our sleep, which is very important as well, is where you go into a creative mode. Now, when I talk about creative, it's a consolidation of all your emotional, your memories, and integrating new information. So, what I'm trying to say is like, let's say today you learn something new, and you it's something very new to you in terms of
Mhm.
experience, in terms of the knowledge. That second half of your sleep helps you kind of cement that knowledge to your head,
Okay.
and that is why it's so important for all of us to have quality sleep. So going back to my core subject is menopausal women, and that a lot of women our age always complain that we have very poor memory, we get brain fog, or we kind of always get moody and all that. So scientifically proven that when you don't sleep enough, it does affect all this. It actually escalates the situation, which means that if you were already kind of mini depressive, if you
It's
don't
gonna get
sleep, it
worse.
gets much worse. If you're already feeling kind of like, oh, I forget this and I forget that, all this is actually going to get much worse because you're just not getting enough sleep, and maybe the REM part of it. That means you're not even allowing new information to
Because it's so
set.
short, right? It's too
Exactly,
short.
yeah. And a lot of women, my age, actually complain that uh, they always kind of wake up at the 2 to 3 o'clock
Mhm.
time. I don't know what it is, but even me, I would generally, it's like there was a period where I couldn't sleep, and it's always around that 2 or 3 o'clock period.
So you wake up feeling like fresh and like wide awake, or
No, you
groggy?
just
Just wake up, check your phone, like, oh,
mm,
where am I? Kind of.
no, not at all. You wake up, we want to go maybe to the toilet or whatever, but then when you get back to bed, you have difficulty going back to sleep.
Okay.
And that's so we kind of missing out the second half of our sleep, and that is why a lot of women have difficulty in memory, boosting their head space and things like that. So do you have that experience?
For me, like I sleep quite well, I think.
Oh,
Like
very good.
I do sleep quite well. So like I'm in bed by like 11ish, and then I play on my phone, I do these things, and then by like 12 I'm like passed out
Okay.
already. And then I'm up by like 6:15 every day.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wake up, I do not feel I do not feel fresh. Like I literally pull myself out of bed
Right. Okay.
because I just need to. And then like after a while, I get into the momentum of things. Go take a shower, brush your teeth. You're like, okay, I don't mind being awake.
Right.
But like I don't feel like well rested.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's got to do with the way that I do not like wind down before I go to bed. So maybe because I'm still like on my phone right before.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it is. I know that a lot of people my age, we sleep a lot.
Yes.
But I don't know if that's just laziness because we're no longer growing children. But like for me, yeah, because I do have a kid and stuff, I kind of have to get into my routine.
Right.
But I could really nap. Like I actually still enjoy napping, and if I get the chance to, I would love to.
Okay. So
Yeah, but
do you
most of the time-
generally nap or no?
No, like if I get a chance to, like normally weekends, I
Right.
will like weekends after lunch, like I'm like, bye. I'm gonna take a nap. I turn on my fan and I'm just like gone. But I don't know what that is. So like, I don't feel like I have energy through the day. I want to sleep more. Whereas like what you're saying with menopausal women,
Yeah.
You can't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Whereas if you give me the chance, I will keep sleeping.
That you can fall asleep. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, so going back to Dr. Gina Poe, right? She talked about how we all know young children like a baby. You want the baby to sleep.
Yes.
Right, so you wait for the baby to either cry, which is generally sleep, food, or they have done a poo poo.
Yeah.
Right, so and sleep is a big component because that's where the body is rejuvenating and is growing and things, and that's not wrong for even all ages really. And then for like someone, they say she was saying that the best sleep is actually when someone is around that 7 to 10 years old. Apparently, at that age, because they don't have much in their head to worry about,
Yes.
and so they will when they have expend a lot of energy during the day, and when they crash to sleep, they really
Yes.
crash to sleep.
Yes.
And I think you can see that with Zach.
Yeah,
isn't
Zach
it?
sleeps from by 7:50 he's in bed. I know it's quite early, but he's just used to this routine. So 7:50 he's in bed, and by like 6:30 he's up.
Wow. I mean,
So it's a good
I think children should sleep at. My kids used to sleep at 8.
Yeah,
That's
always
yeah.
it's like by 8. It's just I don't know. It's also convenient for the parent, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
Because when Zach was younger, actually, like he didn't take naps from a very young age already. So he's very used to these long hours. So actually, he used to go to bed at 7, and then now he got it extended to like 8. And then when he turns 10, he'll.
So I have a
Get
question for you. If he doesn't get his sleep, how is he behaving?
He's actually very much more active because he acts out. So he will start doing very like unnecessary things. He will
Agitated.
very agitated. He's not calm. He's not thinking. If you try and tell him like, no, Zach, you don't do that, he will start talking back to you, like things that he wouldn't do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You can see that whole switch. So I prefer my calm child.
Zach.
So if you have to sleep early for that, then yeah.
Exactly. So in this area, the routine is very very important. Not only for the child, but for us as well,
Yeah.
because your body needs that routine. If you generally sleep by yourself at 11, then make sure to kind of wind down half an hour before, and really wind down to get yourself to that space where you kind of like your body is saying, okay, I'm going to sleep now, and kind of, and that way you get a good 6-7 hours of sleep. And when the what Dr. Poe was saying is that when you wake up, if you feel kind of like, your body should wake up at the same time generally. And I know that even on holiday I still wake up at the same time, and it's okay, because that means your body may have enough sleep, and that's enough for you. Not everyone needs 10 hours sleep, not everybody needs 3 hours sleep, that kind of thing. So everybody is different in that sense. And why teenagers tend to sleep a lot, and that's also because the same reason as they have very active life, the part of their lives during that teenage years. Plus because they tend to sleep very late.
Yes.
Which means they then prolong that number of hours to more midday,
Mm.
which I think every parent at one point or another got very annoyed with their teenage children because they won't wake up. Isn't it? I think
Yeah,
you had
I
this
did
stuff.
go through this. So I would literally wake up like even past lunch. Like I could wake up at 1 sometimes or 2. And it was because I was watching Vampire Diaries through the night. So I would just stay up and like, like we'll be chatting with our friends until like
Yeah,
4 a.m. because
correct.
the conversation is so important, right?
So important.
How
And you
dare
got
you tell us not to?
exactly. Yeah. So the sleep component is super important, and then we get to especially us women who are maybe in our mid 20s and 30s, where we are hustling, we're trying to build our career, we're trying to be the best in our career and build a family. That unfortunately means a lot of us are just not getting enough sleep,
Mm.
right? So one of the recommendations that Dr. Poe and I have actually mentioned a lot on our Women in Midlife post is that create a wind down routine at least half an hour prior. So you were saying that you like to play with your phone and things
Yes,
like that,
it's
and I
my
think
bad.
I think 99% of the people around us do
Yeah,
that a lot.
scroll while lying down.
Exactly. So can't stop that, but maybe if you can, if your phone has a feature that can remove the blue light, do that. Remove
Okay.
that blue light because so in one of her book, she mentioned about circadian rhythm, which is basically your blue light reflects as if it's the daylight. So if you are looking at it so much, your body thinks it's day, and that's why you're not
Okay.
your
You're
body
not
is just
able to.
thinking yeah. So you want to remove that blue light from you,
Okay.
create a warm or cold. For me, I like it cold because of menopause, and kind of like an ambient lighting routine. So for me now, I take half an hour. So if I'm going to bed at 11, by 10:30, I switch off all my phones, get to my room, and do uh, 10-minute yoga poses to help me sleep. And then I have my aroma oils ready and it's permeating the room. And then I'll do a lot of stretches because I got a lot of aches and stuff. So I will do the stretches to kind of ease myself on.
Mhm.
And then I actually do my 10-minute gratitude or meditation.
Okay.
So I kind of close my eyes and kind of a technique that I learned, which is counting backwards from 100 to 1.
Wow.
Yeah. So you go 100, 99, da, 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 to 1. And for some reason, if you're lying down, you kind of start to wind down and you float. So have you been like when the feeling of you're half asleep, but you're not asleep, but you kind of know what's going on, but you're
Yeah.
floating. So that's called the alpha state. And then in that alpha state, you are in a very relaxed manner. And then you can just kind of say, oh, thank you for the food I had today.
Mm.
Thank you for uh, the people who are with me, and that kind of thing. And then you at least go to bed in a very peaceful sense of being. And,
Okay.
and I think that's very important. And then in the morning, uh, what Dr. Poe was saying is that when you wake up, try to uh, get up with the sun on your face, uh, have that light so that your body is saying, okay, this is morning now, then that kind of thing. So this is really important because people don't realize, and in our culture where we are supposed to be hustling, we have, if someone sleeps, it's sometimes considered we are lazy, right?
Unproductive. What are
Yeah.
they doing?
Correct. And then I remember a lot of so-called business or very successful people saying, "Oh, you don't need more than 4 hours sleep. That's all you
I've
need,"
seen.
that kind of
I've
thing,
seen
right?
this.
And I don't agree because Ariana Huffington, who's a very successful lady, ran the Huffington Post, and very successful. And she was the biggest uh, advocator for sleep, because she was saying that one time she was lacking her sleep so much that she totally passed out and knocked her head on the table, on the office table, and she had a concussion. And it was a
Oh my goodness.
awakening moment for her to say, no, that's it. I will allow time to rest and sleep.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, because sleep actually rejuvenates us,
Mm.
right?
I think, yeah, we shouldn't deny our body from the things that it needs. I've actually seen like some, I think called yogis,
Mm-hmm.
where they're always like, oh, 4 hours, 5 hours. There's a difference between sleeping long and having good sleep and all of these things. But I don't know if even as a baby, right, you tell babies like, oh, you need to sleep for a lot of hours.
Correct.
I'm sure even as big kids and then adults, like, you need your brain to just shut off for a while. Like,
Correct. Yeah.
and I think that actually your diet plays into your quality of sleep.
Oh yeah, and I
Um,
for sure what you eat,
Mm.
what time you eat as
Yes,
well,
yes.
and of course I've been saying, please exercise, exercise, exercise. Our bodies are made to exercise. You need to exercise for. There's so many benefits that come to it, but the thing is, if you don't exercise, you don't spend that energy, it's very hard for your body to be tired and
Mm.
actually fall asleep. I generally find that the days that I exercise and have a good sweat are the days that I sleep the best.
Okay, so we all need to get up and get moving. Basically, that's what Karen's telling
Yes,
us.
yes, you have to do. So tell us your routine, please. Share with us what is your routine. Is there something that you do that can help? And we are always here to, and we would love to hear what you have and comment with us. Okay, so talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.